Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for a fast-paced game of anagrams and quiz questions. Today's Cryptogram contestants are Amy Goodell, a stress therapist from Wolvercote. Welcome to you, Amy.
Hi.
And David Smith, a teletext subtitler from Ealing. Welcome to you too, David.
Hi, Rob.
Here's how to play. The Cryptogram computer generates anagrams, which Amy and David have to try to solve using a quick clue to help them. A quick clue could be singers, and a typical anagram might be B, land, boy, or even bland boy. Now, if we play around with those letters, we get Bob Dylan, and there's the connection with singers. Once Amy and David have tried to solve 5 anagrams, the same quick clue will help them to answer 3 general knowledge questions. And then it's back to the anagrams, then to the questions, with plenty of points to be awarded along the way. Unscrambling the anagrams and answering the questions will help to crack the crossword clue at the end of the show when we play Crack the Cryptic. And here's today's clue. The tail and pomp. That's a fairly typical crossword clue to have a little think about at home. We'll see it again a bit later. The tail and pomp. But now, let's find out a little bit more about Amy and David. Amy, you have a bit of a problem with your clothes, not to put too fine a point on it, don't you?
Well, I do have to be checked out before I leave the house every day.
Why checked out?
I have a bit of a tendency to go out with my clothes on either inside out or back to front.
Inside out or back front? How did that dress arrive with you today that you've got on?
Inside out.
Inside out. Well, I'm pleased, though, that normally by the time you leave the house, you have actually been checked.
Yes.
And David, teletext subtitler, but you tried to do a friend a favour one time, kind of backfired.
Yeah, I've got a friend who works for a local mediation service which has volunteered to come and settle neighbourhood disputes and quarrels, and they wanted to have a publicity stunt in a shopping centre, so we set up a role-playing exercise where myself and 3 others were pretending to be 2 warring couples, and we would have an argument breaking out in the centre. We were all very nervous before it started, but as it happened when we got into it, we just didn't want to stop. We just had a right old ding-dong and had a great old time.
And in fact, didn't even get help because you walked past the place where you were supposed to be mediated?
No, eventually they stepped in.
Oh,
but we were happy to carry on and have a big slanging match, really.
Well, no slanging matches here. It's going to be the best of friends between the 2 of you, because it's time to play Cryptogram. Initially, Amy and David have 10 seconds to try to solve each anagram, and if they do it straight away, they get 10 points. But as the clock counts down, so do the points. And be careful, because an incorrect guess throws the rest of the time to get that word right to your opponent. OK, hands are on the buzzers. Let's play Cryptogram. The quick clue to the connection of the first 5 anagrams Amy and David are trying to solve is Woody Allen films. Here's the first anagram. David.
Manhattan.
Very quick, very right. Manhattan is right for 10 points. 10 seconds were left on the clock. Well done. Number 2. Amy.
Bananas.
Bananas is right. You're just as quick. You also have 10 points now. Number 3, another Woody Allen film. 2 words. Mighty Aphrodite was what we were after. This one's a bit shorter. Amy?
Sleeper.
Yes, Sleeper. All 10 points for you. And our final film. Amy?
Annie Hall.
Annie Hall is right. 2 words, 10 points. So those are the first anagrams. Now, 3 general knowledge questions. They're worth 10 points each if they buzz in and get them right. The quick clue is the same. Michael Caine won the Best Supporting Actor Oscar. David?
Hannah and Her Sisters.
Hannah and Her Sisters is right for 10 more points. Which word completes the title of the following Woody Allen film? New Pussycat. Amy? What's New Pussycat is right for 10 points. Which actress starred in the Woody Allen films Crimes and Misdemeanors and The Purple Rose of Cairo, among others? Amy?
Mia Farrow.
She did for 10 more points. David, you have 20 points. Amy's in the lead at the moment with 50. Let's go from films to music. All the Osmonds. Let's see what you can remember. Number 1. Amy?
Crazy Horses.
You seem ashamed to remember Crazy Horses.
I'm sorry.
But you get 10 points, which is good news for you, and here's number 2. Amy?
Tweedledee?
Yes, Tweedledee was a hit for the Osmonds. Here's number 3. 2 words here. I think it was Marie who sang it. Paper roses. Paper roses. I don't remember too clearly, of course. And here's the next anagram. 2 words again. David?
Too young?
Yes, too young is right for 7 points. Too young. Just 1 more. David?
Puppy love.
No hanging around. Puppy love is right for 10 points. Here come your questions about the Osmonds. Which Osmond had a hit with long-haired lover from Liverpool, David?
Jimmy.
Yes, little Jimmy. Which side of the mountain gave Donny and Marie Osmond a hit in 1974? Amy?
The other side?
No. David? Any idea?
Far side.
No, it was the morning side of the mountain, the song. Last one. Which Osmond topped the charts with Puppy Love in 1972? David?
Donny.
Donny is the right answer. 10 more points means you now have 57. Amy's still in the lead, but not by quite as much. You've got 70. 5 anagrams. This is the quick clue to link them. Fiction, number 1. David?
Legend.
Legend. Yes, a legend is a piece of fiction. You earn 10 points, and here's number 2. David?
Saga.
Correct, 10 points. You've just taken the lead. Saga. Number 3, fiction. David?
Tale.
Tale is right, another 10 points for you. High scoring round. Here's number 4. Amy?
Story.
Story is right. You get the 10 points. And the last one. Amy?
Narrative.
Yes, narrative for 6 points. You are very close. The Story of My Life topped the charts for which Liverpool artist in 1958? David?
John Lennon.
No. Amy? Any idea? The Story of My Life. Liverpool artist? Michael Holliday is the answer. What was the name of the BBC children's TV series beginning in 1965? Amy?
Jack and Ori?
Yes, when different celebrities read out stories for children. 10 more points. The Legend of Xanadu topped the charts for which group in 1968? The Legend of Xanadu. Amy?
Bee Gees?
No. David, any idea?
ELO.
No, it was Dave, Dee, Dozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch. These are the points. David, you have 87. You're just ahead, Amy, with 96. It's a close run game, but in this round, it's a knockout. Number 1. David?
Strikes.
Yes, if you knock somebody out, then you've probably struck them. So strikes is a good word for 7 points. Number 2. Amy?
Hits.
Hits. The same logic applies for 10 points. Number 3. Amy?
Raps.
Yes, 10 more points. It's a knockout is our clue. This is word number 4. Amy?
Blows.
Yes, you rain blows on somebody. Number 5. Amy?
Swats.
Yes, swats. 3 questions. The quick clue is the same. What name is given to a boxer who uses the unorthodox stance? David?
Southpaw.
Yes, right arm and right foot forward. Well guessed, well anticipated. Oliver McCall lost his WBC World Heavyweight title. David?
Evander Holyfield.
No. Full question to Amy. Oliver McCall lost his WBC World Heavyweight title to which British boxer in September 1995? Worth a guess?
Chris Eubank?
Frank Bruno was the answer. Former boxer Nigel Benn is the cousin of which England football midfielder? I didn't know this either. Paul Ince is the answer. Paul Ince. David, you've now got 104 points. Amy, you've extended your lead again. You've got 134. David can still catch up and take the lead with 5 more anagrams. They are linked by fame. Number 1. David?
Honour.
Honour. You're on the way. 10 points. Here's number 2. Amy?
Luster.
Yes, you're not going to let him. 9 points to you. Anagram number 3 linked to fame. David?
Celebrity.
Correct. 10 points. And number 4. Amy?
Splendour.
Correct. You get the 10 points. Here's the last one. David?
Glory.
Yes, 10 points. Very, very good. You're both going for it. Very close game. 3 questions. Who co-starred with Natalie Wood in the 1961 film? Amy?
Warren Beatty?
Yes, the film was called Splendour in the Grass. Well done. Land of Hope and Glory is an adaptation of the melody at the end of the Pomp and Circumstance March number 1. Amy?
Elgar.
Yes, by Elgar. 10 more points. What was the first name of the actress who played Kathy Gale in The Avengers and Pussy Galore? Amy?
Honor.
Yes, Honor Blackman, and she was Pussy Galore in Goldfinger. David, 134. Amy's opened up that gap, 183. Our 5 anagrams that are coming now are all insects. Number 1. Amy.
Wasp.
Yes, 10 points for a wasp. Number 2. Amy.
Gnat.
Just got there first with gnats. Number 3. David.
Midge.
Yes, midge for 10 points. Number 4. Amy.
Bee.
B is right. Another 10 points. And the 5th one. David.
Moth.
Moth is the right answer for 10 points. Question number 1. Which insect was known as the devil's darning needle because it was thought to sew up the ears of sleeping children? David?
Mosquito.
No. Amy?
Dragonfly.
It was the dragonfly. Well guessed. 10 points. Question number 2. Carpenter. No time to finish the question because that sound means we've run out of time. We have to move on to Crack the Cryptic, our final round. Before we do, let's have a look at the scores. David, you have 154. Amy, you have 223. A very fast game so far, but now it's not just the points they've earned that matter, it's their memories too, because some of the words and answers Amy and David have found as anagrams or answers form part of the final puzzle they now have to solve. And it could be pretty much anything. It might be a popular saying, perhaps the title of a song or of a book or a movie. So please can we have the final word blanks? Look at those carefully. In a moment, I'll ask you to try to fit a phrase into those squares. If you get it right, you get 2 points for every space. 50 points is your maximum on the screen, 25 squares to fill. After 2 seconds, the computer will start adding letters to help you, but for all the letters we add, we take away more points. And be careful, because if you buzz in and you're wrong, we lock your buzzer out for 2 seconds. And that could prove absolutely crucial. OK, hands on the buzzers. Remember, you have to get the phrase exactly right. Before we go into it, let's remind ourselves of the cryptic clue we saw earlier. The tail, am, pomp. Stand by. You're on the buzzers now. The tail, am, pomp. David.
What's the story, Morning Glory?
What's the story? Morning Glory is right. David, you just got yourself another 38 points because you filled 19 blank spaces. The am in the clue was a bit difficult because actually really it was AM for morning. So what's the story, Morning Glory, the title of Oasis' second album. What else did we have? Well, the tells you it's a question, and the tail gives what's the story. AM, as I said, was morning, and pomp was glory. Those points, are they enough? They're not. David, you have 192 points. Amy, you have 223. And if David had remembered a little bit earlier, he had in fact seen all those words already in the game today. We'd had story, we'd had morning, and we'd had glory. What's the story? Morning Glory is what we wanted. And with those final scores, it means David is our runner-up. He takes our consolation prize of a Spellmaster Plus electronic spell checker. That comes complete with integral anagram solver, so I hope you'll enjoy doing more cryptogram at home. And Amy wins our Bookman electronic dictionary and thesaurus, complete with add-on crossword puzzle solver. We both enjoyed being with us today?
Very much so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you. Hope you've enjoyed playing Cryptogram at home, our recipe of anagrams, questions and answers. If you have, why not join me for another game of Cryptogram? We'll give you quick clues to help you along the way. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.